What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Common Sense, the podcast. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but you just get me and Biz today. So hopefully you guys are tuning in. If you guys want to ask us questions, we're going to kind of recap the last several episodes since we've had so much big stuff happening and going on. And we're going to catch up. These are always fun ones. What's up, Biz?
What up, man? It's never a bad thing when we get to hang out.
No,
it's you and I. And there's so many things in the world going on that we can talk about.
There is definitely a lot of crazy ass shit going on.
It is.
It's not even a full moon right now.
Really?
I mean, it's got to be getting close again.
Yeah, I think it is. I think because it's kind of weird and stupid, but literally outside my bedroom window, I kind of don't close the blinds all the way. I keep them, and the moon perfectly goes across. And I think I noticed it like a couple nights ago. It wasn't full, but it was pretty bright.
Did you get to see any of the meteor showers or whatever? I kept seeing like things online about that. I didn't see any. It was like too cloudy.
We got all kind of cuckoo shit that happens in Texas in the sky all the time, and I always miss all of it.
You're up later than me usually, so
I'm working on that though.
Might be one of those people.
I'm working on that. I was in bed last night. The last 2 nights at 10 o'clock, I got a full 8 hours, and there is a difference.
I'm not even going to tell you what time I actually think I fell asleep last night.
Well, like 8:30, something like that? You're probably in bed
right about on the dot.
See, 8:30.
Yeah.
So you watch like CBS and shit, like old people stuff and go to bed.
Bro, like I was watching 60 Minutes, I think, earlier on before that for a little while. Actually, I was reading a book, but yeah, I finished a couple books. You know, Brenda was talking about that Navy SEAL that she was close with, Mike Day.
Yeah, did she tell him how to write his book?
I already read it. She was like, not kidding. Like, I could have easily read that in like one really good, solid sitting, or I mean, I broke it up over, I don't know, a week.
You are the man. I can't read.
And I'm already like on another one. I've been doing audiobooks at the gym too.
That's what I do, audiobooks.
Because
reading puts me right to sleep.
I'm burning through some playlists. We still got to do that. We need to do the Biz.
Biz and G playlist? Yeah. I actually been listening to a Stephen King novel while working out. Don't ask me how I get through it, but it's just some of his shit be so good I can't stop listening to it, and it just, yeah. And then one of my partners, Greg, works out with me now. So I love working out with people, and then I hate it because sometimes it's cool when you're working with somebody because then you can't bullshit. You have to actually do what you're instructing them to do, proper form and everything, and do a little bit extra to show them that you're alpha in the situation. But then also, they kind of want to talk and kind of slow your flow, and then it's a give and take thing.
That doesn't work for me right now because I've got Naz just grinding, like absolutely kicking my ass, bro.
Ain't no talking. You told me about this, the workout you guys did today, and it seemed like it. I thought I did a little something. Yeah, I'm not doing nowhere near what you're doing.
They're brutal. Like I won't go like that though. If I didn't have him making me do that. You wouldn't go. Bro, I'd have found other things. I hate doing lunges.
I used to work up with Brandon,
squats.
man, and Brandon, he takes 2 kettlebells and absolutely does this cockamamie survive or die shit. I said, I'm just going to go back over here and do my prison yard workouts because this new generation shit you're doing, my back and my knees ain't built for that. Not at all. But I mean, hey, he looks good. You see Naz, he had the right shirt on last week, Superman.
Dude, yeah.
He looks the point fact.
He's a beast, bro.
But what I like, though, you're on your thing. I ain't seen you drink nothing. I ain't seen you do nothing. Just coffee and water, bro. I'm proud of you. You are really going for broke.
I mean, yeah, I've got one other drinking type event coming up because I'm going to TAA, which is just for our apartment industry. So I've kind of saved it for those rare
I thought you was going to be like, I quit. I'm selling my collection. I quit. I'm not drinking no more.
No, that's not.
That's extreme.
We're not going that far down the hole.
That's extreme.
Like, I mean, I am selling a good portion of it, though. As I can. Like, I'm not letting it. I mean, the bourbon market sucks right now, but.
Everything sucks right now.
I'm not trying to push it, but.
I seen it. I'm like, wow, I don't even drink bourbon at all. And yeah, that's just a lot.
I just wish Michael Jordan would sell his tequila company and make that shit blow up because then that bottle would be worth selling.
I don't know anything about it. I didn't know Michael Jordan even had a tequila company.
Yeah, remember it's the Sincoro one I showed you.
Oh yeah.
It's him, Jeannie Buss, and then like I don't know 3 other. I don't remember if it was the Timberwolves owners and like the old Celtics owner. It's some combination of like NBA owners, and they all own this tequila. And it's like I've got the first edition bottle that's like one of like 400.
So never get rid of that.
So
It's gonna be-
as soon as they sell out, I'm selling that bottle. I'm not drinking that bottle. There's no way.
So I have a question. As I look at this, and I've heard some people that watch the show and do things, kind of update us, man, on being that we just celebrated 100 episodes not too long ago. Like, what do you think has been the biggest lesson you've learned? Like, now, do you think you can actually mentor somebody into actually starting their own content, doing their own thing? Because you went from knowing nothing through learning AI, learning speaking. You've taken speaking courses. You've gone, you traveled. Like, from there till now, how do you feel that you can now enrich somebody else's life into actually wanting to do something like this?
Ooh.
Or actually, you know what? What would be, let's put it in common sense terms. What would be your 2 cents on starting a podcast? I've been practicing, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, that both ways you phrase that is a really good question. No, I do not think that I could fully mentor somebody on this. I could give you like great advice of like just doing it and how to do it and the way I did it. But again, like I'm not monetized. I'm not, like I clearly haven't figured this out completely, even 100 episodes in. So I feel like if the show was not in the red, then I would change my answer.
My fault.
I would change my answer. But yeah, I mean, best 2 cents, just do it. Like, you don't have to start it off big. You don't have to start it off on every single platform. You can pick one, like literally, like you want to do YouTube. I mean, YouTube's one of the hardest, but I mean, like I would say pick one and try to really grow it. Like, I don't pay half as much attention to some of the other ones that the show goes on, like iHeart, Amazon. I mean, I don't track it as much. I don't follow it. I've kind of got a big basis between Facebook and YouTube, so I would try to stay in there. And if I was starting from scratch, I would just pick one.
Now, you do all of the admin work basically behind the scenes. So do you follow other people back that follow you? Do you interact with answering comments? Because they said part of the success of an algorithm is interaction.
We don't get a lot of comments or questions or like YouTube, for instance. I mean, yeah, we get some comments, but I mean, I'll like them if it's something I can like.
But do you go after like
sometimes
other people
I'll
that
reply
you
if
follow?
it is a question.
Do you follow other people? Like just period. Like who do you follow?
Oh, for sure.
Who catches your fancy as far as
it just depends on what platform we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, that's a balance too. Apparently, when I did Jason Redmond's Eagle Rise Summit, the marketing and branding ladies that we worked with, they literally spent, I don't even remember how long, but like part of your session, one of the days you were there was, I think it was an hour with them. And they literally had me like, your following ratio is supposed to be X lower than how many people are following you. And this all helps everything. So you shouldn't be following everybody in the sun. And I don't know, like there's different
and I've noticed that most successful people online, they're literally not following hardly anybody.
Yeah.
But they have a ton of followers. Mm-hmm. And I thought about that because I guess Facebook has this habit of, if you got all these friend requests, you're trying to build your big audience, they're your friends and everything else. But when you're in the space of being trying to create a platform, it's kind of the other way around.
Yeah, you want to just let it organically do its thing. What's up, Josh? Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways to look at it, but I would do that. I would pick one platform, focus on it.
You don't need all this fancy equipment that
there's people that are like killing it, like literally doing the shit with their phone.
There's a guy that I seen that he just walks. Every day takes a walk and he just talks about life. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's when I was doing my content, which I need to get back to being more consistent with, and I'm sporadic, but every day after the gym, just sitting there, put your thing on the truck, say what's on your mind, go about your day. But I really want content to be more natural, and what happened, it is a job. It is a responsibility for the consistency, but if you run a couple of days where I really had nothing on my heart or my mind to say, it's just like I don't want to force it and fake it. But then like any other habit, once you stop that habit, it's hard to get back into it. Like right now, the gym is a habit that we do. You know, if we don't go to the gym, I feel like crap. I'm trying to get in the habit of going to bed on time, going early, so I know the reward is feeling refreshed the next day. Social media content and creation, that's, if you want to do it and you're being serious about it, you got to have the consistency in it.
You know what I think is kind of weird about that, though? Or, I don't know, maybe I look at that a little differently. I'm impressed at how you can just, like, each day, like, when you're doing that and you're in that zone, that you come up with these things that just, like, are things you're questioning or pondering or
Do you know what it is, though?
have to say, and you just, like, go and do that live and you put that out there, like, pretty much unedited.
That's the secret. You just go.
I know, but I don't feel like I can do that. Like, a lot of times, like, certain days, I don't feel like I have much to say.
And that's
But the minute someone asks me something or gets it going, like, as soon as that starts, I'm good.
You know, a lot of
times, just sitting there, I couldn't just sit in my truck.
It's conversations that started. So, but because that may be a conversation, that topic of that day may be something that, because you got gym buddies, catch you, pound, fist, whatever, and a conversation starts. So 90% of the times, it's because of a conversation that happened in the gym right before I walked out, or doing it. Or I'll recollect them, especially on Fridays, I'll talk about something me and you may have talked about off camera, you know, and think about it. Because what you discover, you ever think you're the only one going through something or the only one experiencing something, and then when you find out a lot more people have this in common with you, and you speak on it, but it is, but I've run into that. I've slowed down because I have sat down and like, I've said everything. I've done everything. But in retrospect, you haven't. You know, if like when the other day I was in a funk. Do you ever get in a funk and don't know why you're in a funk? You just, feel blah.
All the time.
That's something to talk about.
This happens real regularly.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and you can't explain why you're in this mood. You just don't know. It's not the weather. It was sunshiny. Everything was going right, but you just don't feel fulfilled at that moment.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you put, like, everything else kind of, like, in timeout. Like, everything else kind of just pauses. And it's like, what process am I going to go through to figure out what it is that I need to fix or do or...
But that's a post right there. Literally, with just what you saying, and you'd be like, so then you just ask people, what do you do when you're in a funk? And then the conversation starts. And what happens is then maybe a day or two later, I'll look at the comments, respond to them, and then you'll find another subject because everybody will then take a left or a right on that main road, and there's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. So but it is a job, though. It's a lot to... Social media is now ingrained and will forever be a part of our lives, and it's a lot. Plus, you're trying to still do your life. We're not rich YouTubers or whatever, social influencers. We got to go to work.
Yeah.
You know, and my job is to do that for other people. You know, like as a professional photographer, I probably have 10,000 photos of people and families and dogs and models and pets. You know how many pictures I have of my family in my house? Like 2.
I was going to say, you've got a couple.
I've got 2. The one you see of my wife when you walk in.
I haven't seen your whole house.
No, but you ain't missing shit. I mean, you got the one of course, now
we have
quite
a few in your office.
Yeah, but that's like swag. I mean, that's like, I got like Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, shit like that.
I thought you had some other pictures in there.
Where me and Nikki, there's some like, and they were taken like on cruise ships.
I mean, I remember the picture of Michael, like...
Yeah, that's front and center when you walk in. Then Nikki's on the other corner going into the kitchen. And then there's a small thing of the kids, of Ollie and Jesse, but it's all like their sport. They have their own sports shelf. But like, you know, kids grow. You know, like I don't, you know, now on my phone, I have 10 million from when they were babies all the way up till now, but they're in my phone. So my mission for June is to go and it's called, I think it's Mixed Tiles or something like that, where you can send in all, you know, pictures in your phone and then make the little 8x8 squares. And it's like $79 for like 10 of them. And that's cool. Adrian, he has a wall of all his family, and he just kept going to now it's a whole art gallery. And I'm like, there you go. Because this right here, you're always going to be snapping that.
Yeah.
But bringing all the big dog
We
equipment.
just don't have wall space like that. Like my brother got us one of those cool like photo frames that you digitally can go to and it just rotates and stuff. I need to like go back and find that app and like
some
change
people use their
that thing up.
televisions too.
Yeah.
The screensavers, so they got the TVs that look like pictures that they're framed up, and when the TV's not on, it's just what you said, it goes by. But you get so busy, caught up in your own life, when do you ever stop to smell the roses, I guess? Because even as I look at life with my mom's never been on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
She's getting a little older, and I said, hey, I need to take this woman on a cruise before whatever. And every day we talk about it, but we've been talking about this shit for like 3 years. Because time goes by. You know, you can time block out your day, but how do you time block out major moments in your life when you get to stop? And you do it. You do pretty good because you have certain times of the year where it's no question. You guys go on vacation. You do things.
We're not consistent with it, but yeah.
At least you do.
I mean, we take the time throughout the year. You have to. I mean, I would literally go insane if I did not.
Recharging your battery, I think once a quarter is a great thing.
Dude, I have to do that like sometimes just for a weekend. Like just a weekend.
Just put it down, turn off the noise, and just be.
It doesn't have to be a long trip either.
And sometimes it doesn't even have to be with a significant other. Sometimes you need you. Like, I do mine because the patio is my area, but Oliver doesn't never let me get any peace. Hey, Dad, just checking on you. Okay, I'm good. All right, I'm just going to sit out here and talk. I'm like, no, I need to watch Andor. I need to watch I need to watch whatever I'm watching.
What the hell is
myself.
Andor? Everybody's talking about this.
Bruh, okay.
I haven't seen Andor yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to educate him. It is Star Wars before Star Wars. It is how the rebellion started.
Okay.
So did you ever see the movie called Rogue One?
I think so.
And it had the sad ending because like all the good guys died at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
So this is the before that. All the characters that were in this movie, this is how it got to be what it was. So basically how the Empire became the Empire and how the rebellion kind of got started. And it's actually so good because it's really dramatic. It's like...
Does that not like kind of piss you off, these ones that want to start in reverse and they like... go like completely backwards? Like that annoys the shit out of me.
I think what happens is that when somebody creates the story, it's so good. It's like, shit, let's tell the prequel to it because they didn't have it. So now it gives them the gratitude. So like, I just seen the movie Sinners this week.
Yeah.
Shit's off the chain. Off the chain. And it's so good.
I don't know about this one yet.
The characters, it's Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, who did Black Panther and all this.
Yeah.
Him and they've been working together. But it's a movie about 1930s Mississippi, and I can't, it's hard to describe, but the characters are so rich, the story is so good, but you can build 3 movies from different characters before this happened because this is kind of an end all. It does have a beginning and an end, and it's pretty much done. But if you were able to flesh out the stories of all these characters that came together in the movie, they're their own movies by themselves. I mean, and Michael B. Jordan plays twins. And have you ever watched a movie where a character plays 2 different, like Tom Hardy, I think he did it? Mm-hmm. You're so busy looking at trying to catch the CGI and trying to catch how they do it. This one you don't. He plays 2 different characters so well, you get immersed in the story. When you stop looking for special effects, when you stop looking at it, you get immersed in it. It's just a good story. And this dude wrote this movie in like a month.
I want to see Warfare too. I saw a bunch of my buddies had gone to see Warfare.
I haven't heard of Warfare. Who's in it?
I couldn't tell you. I just saw the little preview thing they did, and it looked badass, so I want to see it.
I think movies are back, and that's one thing everybody's big on is getting back into the theater.
Yeah, but they need to put out some good shit. You know how long it's been since they've put out, like, summer blockbusters and, like, actually really put something new out or different? I mean, like, what did we have last year? Like, the biggest movie had to be Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, like, seriously, like, what else came out?
If you're a Marvel fan, they said the Thunderbolts is actually getting back to what Marvel used to be, a really great character-driven movie. So I think they're getting back into the swing.
There's Superman coming and all that stuff this year.
I'm sorry, James Gunn to me just makes corny. I mean, he did great. James Gunn makes cartoonish movies to me. If you look at the Suicide Squad, all that, it's just fun, campy. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what he did.
I like Guardians.
Right, but it's fun, it's campy. So to me, I loved Superman. What's his name? Superman, the guy that did 300.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder. That's dope. Oh, he's too dark. I said, no, that's realistic. if superhuman beings came to this earth and started throwing trains and buildings and shit around, people are going to die. Things are going to happen. Collateral damage. It was fun. These other movies that are fun, you save cats and trees. You can miss me with that. But we'll see. They gave him the keys to the castle.
We need like another 300-ish movie that maybe
agree.
Maybe in old Egypt or something.
I agree.
Something cool like that.
I totally agree.
None of that shit's come out in a while.
But we're men, though, because we ain't going to go see no shit like The Notebook no time soon or nothing like that. But I did watch it. I will admit, I've seen The Notebook, but I had to watch it on HBO one afternoon when I had nothing to do and I was just curious to see what the hubbub was. And then I have to admit the shit was actually good. But I wouldn't pay money to go see that, but it was actually good.
We're watching Mobland right now.
I just finished episode 1.
And
Guy Ritchie is one of my favorite directors.
And then there's another one that we started watching, but I didn't get as into, where the president gets killed. And it's got a bunch of good people in it. But they start pursuing, setting up the guy that was his security or head of security.
It wasn't. Is it an older movie?
No,
it's
this
something new?
is a show. It's on Hulu, I think.
Oh, say less. It's the black dude that he was in All of Us or Last of Us.
Yeah.
And they're living in a tunnel. They're living in they're living underground because nuclear war happened.
I'm not there yet, but yeah, that's just happening.
Okay, yeah,
that's starting to happen.
Because him and they were, because remember he didn't want to be on his detail because it starts with him jogging, and they go, yes, I started it, and I didn't mean to ruin it.
We're right at that point. That's about where I fell asleep.
That's like episode 1 or 2. Yeah, I started that too, so I think
it's episode 3.
Really? So I'm there with you, and they're framing him.
Yeah,
and he's trying to figure out
framing him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll talk about the next time. It's just
it
me
looks
and you.
cool though.
I think the problem with TV though, think about this. There's 85 million channels. In order to see whatever show we're talking about, you got to have 17 different subscriptions. Unless you got some little device that has everything for free.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why nothing's good anymore is because there's no regulation or restriction. It used to kind of be, you only had Steven Spielberg. You only had a group of directors that turned out these things. And now the gates are open for everybody. That's cool. But there's so much of it, we become numb to it.
Yeah.
You really don't just pick out that's another one. I'm not in a rush to see that.
Well, you had the big switch after COVID where all of a sudden there wasn't big production movies coming out. Everybody was moving to Netflix and movies and Hulu movies and Disney+.
And now the new thing is they releasing on both platforms. You can either see it in the theater or it'll be on Amazon the very next week. So why go? But a lot of people are really trying to get people butts back in the seats. Number one, to make your money back. Number two, it's just the experience.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, man. But the way the world is now, I even when I go to the movie theater, I kind of look around, you check around because shit happens and you never know when it's going to happen. And I'm like, I hate that I got to feel nervous just to be in the movie theater, because even at the movie I was looking around, some lady, we went to the Cut, so you have to have, you could order food. And I guess somebody opened up their flashlight to check their receipt.
Yeah.
And I got I was ready for action because I'm I don't know what is that. And it was just her doing the flashlight. And it's you shouldn't have to live in a world where you're nervous just to go see a damn movie.
You want to go down that rabbit hole?
Fuck it. It's us.
All right. I can't wait to hear this because I've seen so much of this on social media. And I've only seen one post I thought was really, really good about this. So for most of you that don't know, we're up here in Frisco, Texas. His kids go to Frisco, Texas schools. This whole Carmelo kid and the track thing, because I know your kids are in sports and track, and it's a concern. So this is the hot topic up here right now, where
so divided on this whole thing.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this? Because I'm dying to know.
So I will first say that death isn't the answer. We just would have went to fisticuffs. And if I would have got my ass beat, I got that. But
where's the no fighting?
Pulling out the knife. I don't care what side, but there's no need to stab or shoot anybody over getting cover from rain. I get that part. But the problem I do have, and I'm just being straight up, and a lot of people are in denial. And I hate bringing race into it, but you can't deny it. What if the roles were reversed? What if it was the other way around? Do you think the reaction and everything going on would be the same? I truly do not think so.
Who?
That's a hard one to dance around, but I don't think it would be the same.
So
I'm talking about the family getting crimes and threatened. And
so you take all right. So this was track kids in this scenario,
and this is also Frisco, Texas.
In Frisco, Texas, and we're talking about a black kid and a white kid, and caught under a tent. First and foremost, like the whole just bringing a knife. Like, why would you take a knife?
Well,
to a track
because
event like that.
Is
it any different than a gun?
The knife that he had, though, does anybody take the time out to figure out he had the knife? It's just assume he's carrying a knife. You know, when you go to you tape your ankles and all that other stuff. Kids do have tape. They have knives and stuff to cut. My son, same thing. Pocket knife. When you cut tape, when you wrap ankles, when you do all those things, you do have it.
Okay.
So I'm not defending it, but no, I still say nobody deserves to die at all.
As far as I know, no punches had been thrown. But we're talking about being bullied and feeling so in danger that you stab a guy in the heart.
If 5 dudes jump you, okay, I'll put it like this. If I'm here and a dude and 3 other people get me, yeah, somebody's going out. I'm just going to be straight up. It's no different if you're in the parking lot.
3 people get you. Okay, so now I want to answer your question.
Because they said it wasn't a one-on-one. They report because he's the one that caught it, but it wasn't. He started it, and that's where it kind of went because they said that the other kid, the white kid, was a bully.
Okay.
He was and that's confirmed. But then everybody else kind of jumped in with him, and I don't know if he caught it. And like I said, we're going off of hearsay. That's the sucky part. We weren't there to witness it, until videos come out to show different.
I just don't think it needs to be a race thing. That
could have been anybody, and I agree.
And I think the race card needs to be taken out of it.
But that's the problem. But society is making it a race thing.
I know, and that's what bothers me.
It could have been anybody, and I don't agree with that kid getting stabbed.
But let's circle back to like what you said though, because you asked if it would be different if it was the other way around. Take a white kid that goes and sits under the tent where it is 3 black guys versus him, and he stabs one of them. Is this going to be a race thing?
On my mama, he would have went home and ate with his family, and they would have called it self-defense. On my mother. Yeah. And that's where, because you have to come from a background of being a part of that, witnessing it more than you ever will and ever have, and seeing exactly what the reality is and where we are. Now, if we've been in Mansfield or South Dallas, it would have been different. Think about this. A coach got killed on a football field by a parent, but it was black on black. And didn't really it was bad. It was reported, but not the big the whole hoopla and all that other stuff. It was nowhere near this.
Yeah.
Nowhere near this. And that man went out there and shot and killed this guy. Nowhere near the level of this. And if it'd been the other way around, I guarantee you, he was just defending himself. He felt threatened. And that's just because I've seen it. It's been there, and everybody kind of seems to forget it. But then when it's this way, oh my God, he's horrible. He's a monster. That wasn't necessary. Nobody should die. I don't give a shit what color you from and no background. If we could take race out of it, it was an ignorant decision on everybody's part, because if it was pouring rain, I would have been like, yo, man, this is our tent, this is our spot, but I would have been like, let me let you chill and sit here because it is raining till it's over and then you got to get up. We've had that. We've had football. I've witnessed football games. Color has nothing to do with it now. I've seen football games where a guy attacked a grandfather because the grandfather's grandson popped a kid. It's tackle football. He popped and he said, "That's how you hit him." And the dad got up and got pissed off and literally attacked him. I had to break the fight up. He attacked him. There was no warrant. They're kids.
Wow.
And there's so many. These guys get so caught up in it. So when I say, but if you look at history, if you look at where we live, all that other stuff, that it's the outcome, I truly believe it would have been different. I'm not saying the kid wouldn't have got punished, but the way that it's portrayed, because here's the sad thing. The news, no matter whether we're talking about this, politics or religion, every news source has a narrative that they follow to paint the story to do what? Gain viewership. So even our conversation right now is going off of hearsay that we only get from different sources and what we collect from other people's opinion. It on the inside, oh, that sucks. That was literally the hard drive.
That's what I thought it was.
I could take it off of YouTube.
Nice.
I'll take it off of YouTube, but that I don't know. I don't know if there's Ghost. Sorry, guys. So we have a hard drive that we record the show to, and we just sat here and watched it literally jump off the table onto the floor.
Yeah, it just like levitated and then dropped to the floor. It's pretty weird.
Maybe we need to change the subject. I don't know. But on the real, so I'm not discounting nothing.
They're erasing our show already.
At the end of the day, that kid did not deserve to die. If they wanted to fight, or to me, like remember the movie Fridays, Pops? He said, y'all sissified. All we had was these. And if you got your ass whooped for whatever your disagreement was, take that ass whooping and be gone.
Yeah.
Be done. So no, I don't acknowledge, nor do I say lose a life.
I mean,
but if you feel threatened,
get past this fighting. Like, have a fight.
But just think about it when you're driving and you got road rage, and things like that. And if somebody pulls me over, it threatens my family inside the car or the vehicle, and my family's with me.
Yeah.
There's not even a second thought.
Yeah.
If you reach in my truck, I'm blowing you right back out.
Yeah.
I got 45 calibers, and you shouldn't have done that waiting on you.
Yeah.
But that's your family. If somebody tried to kick my mom's door in.
I know. You were telling me about that. Did anything ever come of that?
No, man, and that sucks. The apartment complex said there was a resource officer on duty, but I said, yeah, she called and nobody came. I just 2 big boot marks on my mom's door, and she was sitting there watching television. It's like 7 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. So now I'm like freaked out. Mom already said, hey, we're going gun shopping. I already told Adrian what she wants. She knows how to use a gun. But it's just this
So have they
day
been
and age.
having random break-ins around there? Or is this somebody that's like messed up
And that's
went
we
to the
don't
wrong
know.
door, trying to kick in their door?
We don't know. She's had to complain a couple of times about the people upstairs because they literally you can go over my mom's house any time of the day and you can hear their kid literally having a track meet upstairs. It could be 8 a.m. It could be 1 in the morning. And I'm like, wow. So she complained about him one time. So, we're trying to decipher, could it have been them?
Yeah.
Was it somebody trying to, we don't know. But you can tell that they had their back to the door and tried to do that back, kick the door in backwards. My little brother wasn't there, and he ain't little. So, if Philip was there, it would have been on. But it's like, now I got that to worry about. You got this kid that walks into that school that just had a shooting last year and goes in and starts capping off. And the thing is, they're kids.
Yeah.
It's not adult. These are kids. So sociably, where are we at? What's going on? What are their stresses? Kids do stress a lot more. If you think about it, my son has been in 2 fights in school. And the crazy thing is, before the school was able to call and tell me I had seen it on social media, I knew about the fight before they even notified us. Think about that. If you get your ass whooped now, it used to be, I got my ass whooped. Okay, whatever.
That's
it's
true.
cool.
Yeah.
Now it's worldwide. If you lose the fight, you're a meme.
Yeah.
You're canceled. So how much pressure is that on a kid to now have to live through and walk the halls after you've been embarrassed and the world has witnessed it?
True.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So whatever drove this kid to stab him, whether it was fear, whether it was proving a point, whatever, I said, I don't agree in loss of life at all. I feel for their family because I always think of it like this. What if that was my child?
Yeah.
What if that was my kid? But you got to be fair and look at it. However the outcome happens, he's going to have to pay that price. You decided to grab that weapon and take a life, you got to pay that price. I don't give a shit what color you are.
Yeah.
But on the other end, their family getting death threats and things like that. I'm not going to threaten that man's mother or father because of actions of my child, a child with a thinking brain. I can't blame you for that, And that's where I say if it had been the other way around, would those same actions have happened? Would there be death threats on his family?
I think that's more the media's fault than anything right there because of how they're portraying some of
the
stuff.
narrative, and that's where it's unfair.
I mean, that
you look
causes
at
a lot more issues.
I never watched Fox News in my life, but I always hear people joke about it and talk about it and everything. And one day I was getting some tires rotated or changed, and it was on, And I was watching it, and honestly, and I'm not trying to diss it or have a side or nothing, I thought it was a Saturday Night Live skit. I thought it was SNL News because of the way that they were talking about things and portraying things and doing whatever. I thought it was fake or it was comedy. And I said, hey, what is it? And this dude's like Fox News. I'm like, no shit, this is what they're talking about. And then when you watch NBC does not like Donald Trump. They diss the shit out of him. If you watch, I watch Meet the Press every Sunday. I don't know why I'm so nerded out about it, but they just literally, they shit on him all the time. And in other news channels, they praise him. It's the narrative.
Yeah.
And if we don't control it, all we do is consume it, then how do we develop our own opinions about anything? You know, are we sheep? You know what I mean? I get in arguments with we get into fun debates about Android versus Apple. I'll see you iPhone users. I'll say, yeah, that's why you Android. Mac versus PC. You put me in front of a PC, and I've been doing computer since for 30-something years. I can't even, like, navigate to shut the stupid thing down because it's complicated.
How hard it was, though, the first time you switched from that to Mac?
Yes, and now it's
took
super
like a
simple.
Year, and then now you can't do the other.
I can't do the other thing.
That's so messed up.
I had to install, so I put a Ring doorbell on my mom's door because of what happened, and she has an Android phone, and I was just trying to put the app on her phone. That shit took like 3 hours. And I was like, damn, I had this on my iPhone in like 10 minutes. I thought I was going to go over there. Man, I was over there forever. And then my brother came out. Can you do my phone? I'm like, no. Just borrow mom's phone. I'm not going through this shit again. So what you got? Android? I said, nope, not doing it. It's just, I don't know if the world is just always been built to be at odds with each other. People got mad at the Super Bowl because they had all black dancers. People were upset over that. I mean, a lot of people. I'm like, wait a minute. But if it was an all-white cast or whatever, nothing is said, just great performance. Like, we pick so many things, and, you know, take color out of it. We'll always find a problem with somebody else about something. I could talk shit about you and Naz's workout versus my workout.
Yeah.
We just always, there's no kumbaya in the world, even though we want it.
Yeah.
Where's the kumbaya?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you do that because, I mean, I'm sitting here, but before you finished all that, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, yeah, I thought it was a great performance. The only thing I thought was kind of a little messed up was Serena crip walking. I was like, oh, don't know if I would have gone with that. But
why? That's curious. So what was it about her crip walking? Because there's a narrative behind it. There's two narratives behind it, actually. One was shade and one was redemption. And third narrative was the freedom. Everybody hides behind freedom of speech as long as it is agreeable to them.
Yeah.
So her crip walking, to you, what was the misrepresentation? Like, I don't know about that. What made you say that?
Just, I think the fact that when I grew up with Crips and Bloods doing what they were doing in my time period, like, you wouldn't just throw that out there to, like, flare things up, you know, like, to do that on a national level like that, to, like, I mean, some would.
Like endorsing gang violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Understood. So
that would be my only.
So let's dig into it. So Crip walking is now shit. It's so the Crips and the Bloods, if you've ever caught up, before Nipsey Hussle died, and a lot of them all that stuff is kind of now they're just their own political party. I'm not saying they still ain't shooting each other doing dumb shit, because there's people in Omaha still cripping and blooding and they're in their 40s and 50s. I don't get it, but it's whatever. But it more represents where she came from and where she grew up.
Okay.
She did it in Wimbledon, and they just slaughtered her for it for the same reasons you just said.
Yeah.
But she's just doing a celebratory dance from a neighborhood she knew when she grew up, nothing associated with it. What is the difference between that and anybody else expressing their freedom of speech? I ain't gonna go as deep as the Klan rallies or nothing crazy, but
you're absolutely right.
What's the difference? Now, you know the reason she was out there too, because that's one of Drake's ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
That's the first I didn't even notice the Crip walk part. That's the
Yeah.
first thing I went down like, damn, he killing Drake right now. He got an ex-girlfriend. But
Yeah.
it was get back for the Wimbledon thing. It was also that cultural celebratory thing. But I agree as far as,
And I just don't want to see like another Biggie Tupac thing, man. Like, we lost two great fucking artists
over some bullshit.
Over some bullshit.
Now look at that. That exactly. See, now there's a great example of it to where that was some bullshit that elevated, and that wasn't Crips and Bloods. That was Eagles. That was money. That was the whole thing. And it's happened. If you think about the Hatfields and McCoys, that whole thing from back when we were kids. Shit, the Civil War, the North and the South, all these, man, somebody can just have an argument in a bar and that will separate a whole town. Yeah. We're just built to be diverse. So you can take color out and just be two dudes. But I will say this. In here, once you sit down with somebody and you light one of these up, I've had people have debates. I've had people have differences in opinions, but it didn't result in fisticuffs and arguments. Everybody got loud because they were just over-talking each other. But I've seen more men and women come to a respectful understanding of the other side's opinion while smoking a cigar than I've ever seen in any other place.
I agree. I mean, it's weird how that can just, I mean, because nothing else really sets the tone for that.
Well, because
it's unspoken, so like.
But it is a law, kind of. When you walk into a lounge, you really don't debate religion, politics, sex. It's like you go outside to talk all that other shit you would talk, but when you come in here, everybody's on an even playing field.
But yet at the same time, you can kind of have those conversations to a degree if it's on the way like you and I are. Like, I truly wanted to know your side of it, like, from your perspective, like,
and I respect your view, but I respect your view because we both. But then once we both say that we weren't there, so only thing we can do is go by my past experiences, your past experience, and the narrative we're fed, and we agree. And I'm not even agreeing to disagree. I agree with you because at the end of the day, the bottom line was nobody should have lost their life.
Right.
Now, if you got the brake speed off of you,
see why and how some of these other things are getting pulled into it or brought up,
right?
And that people can't agree to disagree or stop and think that like the perspective might be different than theirs, and to see why and question it before just saying no because I believe this, it can't be that.
I tell you what opened my eyes to it was, and I'm not trying to be dramatic or down and whatever, but losing our son.
Yeah.
Because you never think about it until it happens to you. You see other people in suicide. And, oh, man, he could have done something to prevent that and this, that. You don't know what's going on with somebody until sometimes I won't say too late. I can't say that anymore because it just happens. You don't know. You know, my wifey got into a car accident that she could have died.
Final
you don't know.
Trigger.
You don't know. And even when he told us, I've been in pain physically, mentally, and things that we had no clue. And you'll go through a guilt of if I just had been there. And he even said it, Mom and Dad, if you were here, because we were supposed to go visit him, this still would have happened. Which I'm like, well, shit, I'm glad we didn't go because his mom was already dealing with it. I've been a lot. So you don't know what people are going through. When people snap, I've always wondered what is in somebody's mind when they do all this mass shooting and all these other things. And I mean, even in Omaha, Nebraska, we don't get shit like that. The Von Maur Mall shooting. And my mom was working out there wrapping Christmas presents and she didn't go in that day. That's how close that was. She was a volunteer gift wrapper. And if she had went in that day, she would have been right in that thing. You don't think about things until they happen to you. My brother got into a motorcycle accident. Somebody hit him on his bike. Me and my mom were right down the street at Walgreens. We heard it. And I was like, shit, somebody just got jacked up. And then I get a phone call 30 seconds later, and it was a guy with because you said, call my brother. Calls him. I answered the phone, blah, blah, blah. And it's my brother. So now, anytime I hear a ambulance or a siren and somebody's not home, I'm immediately checking on my people because we don't know what it's like until it actually happens to you. And if you go through life thinking it won't happen to you, otherwise, all you can go by is what you witness, what you're fed, what other people's narratives are, or by talking with somebody who lived through whatever this may be. And even their perspective of it may differ from somebody else. When you learn how to go speak, I guarantee you had a different perspective of public speaking before you went into that rigorous program you went into versus when you came out.
Absolutely.
How people, I had no clue. How does somebody sit there and do a TED Talk? I thought everybody with TED Talks were just these super over-the-top geniuses that have been doing everything forever. And I didn't realize Toastmasters and things like there's so many different levels to it. But I thought you had to have a certain qualification or something to do it. Anybody can do it. And you can speak on what you know. If you want to talk about doing multifamily and construction and all that, eaves and rafters and poles and posts, I talk shit like I know what I'm talking about to people just because I hear what you say, and I take it out there and act like I know what I'm talking about. I didn't know what a GC was until last year. You know what I mean? So the world is just built, unfortunately. If you think about narratives, that's been since the beginning of time.
For sure. The
beginning of time. We talked about, when we were talking about Sinners before, and we talked about how people walked out of the film because at the end of the movie, the Ku Klux Klan showed up to kill a bunch of black people, and then the whole group that showed up ended up getting killed and got killed very violently. People got mad and walked out. They felt that was unfair. I'm like, wait a minute. You're mad because the Ku Klux Klan got dealt with, and well, it was the way they did it. Shit, they were going to shoot everybody in the building the same way, and so you're mad. Like, but I read that. Somebody could have made that up just to get somebody perked up. I read that. That doesn't mean that really happened. Who knows? I didn't see the video. I didn't witness it. I went to the theater, and it was packed, and it had white and black people, and everybody was cheering at the end of the movie. Not because of what happened. It was just because of the overall film. There was applause at the end. Especially that there's a credit ending scene that really wraps it up. So that could have just been somebody, you freedom of speech, starting some shit. It might not never even happened.
I got one for you. What's the last movie that made you cry?
Shit. I don't.
Or at least got you teary-eyed.
Did it have to be like sad or just like, oh shit?
I don't know. This is just a random question came out. I remember Sarah saw it on something, and we were talking about it. I laughed at hers because I definitely, as a kid perspective, it was The Land Before Time.
No, now, like boohoo cried. The first time I boohoo cried in the movie is when E.T. died. I boohoo cried like stupid, you know. Luckily, the flower popped back up, and then I cried again. That was my The Color Purple. I kind of almost tear up every time I watch it.
The last one I can think of that got me was Remember the Titans.
Have you ever cried from joy from a movie? Not from a sad part? Like an emotional, let's not say cry, but like emotionally overtaken?
Yeah. Ooh.
Mine is goofy. I don't know if I even want to say it out loud. It was a superhero movie. Emotionally, when Captain America caught Thor's hammer, I was emotional because that shit was dope. It was just like, in the theater went absolutely batshit crazy, and I wanted to be too cool for school, but I had goosebumps, cheers, and I think my eyes watered up a little bit because I was like, that's how you, that like, it 12 years of this shit, and then that moment happened, like, yo, that's dope. But emotionally, it's Color Purple.
All right. What's a movie that you really like connected with and that you watched over and over that you don't even know why that movie connected for you?
That's easy. Believe it or not, it's going to be different because of where it was. It's the movie House Party by Kid and Play. I think we watched that movie every other day because I was in Germany in the military and I was missing home. And when we wanted to think about home, we literally would watch House Party damn near every weekend because it just reminded us of home. Because you're 18, 19, and remember, I was DJing, so I came out of that, and you're getting to this strict military thing, and then now we're about to go to freaking Kuwait and all this other stuff because there's a storm. So you're in a war zone and sand and camel spiders and all crazy shit. And when we would watch that movie, we would just escape. And that movie literally got me to 2 years of being somewhere else.
See, I don't even want to say mine because I'm sure the psychoanalysis of this has got to be something really fucked up. But the movie that comes to mind for me, Jason's Lyric.
That's a dope film, though.
I don't know why.
That's a dope film, though.
That movie at that time,
that's a dope film, though.
Over and over and over again.
See,
I haven't watched it in a super long time, but like,
if you watched it right now,
no idea why that movie like connects or like
because of story.
Every bit of it felt so real.
And could you relate to any of that, any of those, any of that time, just any of it? If you find something that's relatable, it goes back to what I said about Sinners. When you go in and you get into a story that you forget who's in it, and you get so immersed in the actual characters and the story of it, it's like, so what movie can you watch again over and over again? If it comes on TV, you just watch for the hell of it no matter what, and you don't get tired of it. You know damn near every line in the movie.
All right.
This is
the only one that I could say there's only two movies that I could say I know a lot of lines to, and that is Django and
in the big house.
Yeah.
In the big house.
Django and Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I did not see that shit coming. Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, it's like probably one of my wife's favorite movies, and I've seen it so many times now, and I know most of the sayings and stuff, and it's absolutely hilarious. Like the more and more you watch it, but yeah, those two. But as far as like watch it, I mean, I have a handful of ones I would say that if it's on, I'll watch it, and I don't care what part of the movie it's in. Gladiator, the original one. 300.
Yep.
Top Gun, don't care. Tombstone.
That's dope. Django is actually in my top 5.
And I can't think of any others than that right now. But
Mine are
those
gonna be
ones definitely.
Number one of
or
all.
Apocalypto. I'll watch that anytime that comes on.
I've only seen that once. Mel Gibson did that, right?
Really fucking good. There's another one just like that. Hopefully Sarah, I saw her on here a minute ago. Maybe she'll chime in and remind me what the other one is.
My number one movie is Goodfellas.
I like Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, I literally, like, if it comes on, I got every different version from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K. I love that. House Party, I said that Friday, the first Friday.
James Bond. I'll probably watch any of those.
All of them. My stepdad raised me on James Bond. Like, literally, for Christmas every year, I got him a James Bond book.
Kingsman, I'm good with Kingsman too. I think that's a good little take on it.
I didn't like the last one.
It was interesting. Last one wasn't as good.
That was cornball. Goodfellas, Color Purple. I already said Friday. And believe it or not, one of my favorite movies to watch is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Man, I never got super into the Indiana Jones stuff.
I've always been a huge Indiana Jones fan, man. It's
been okay, but
no Star Wars. Like, I love Star Wars. They're not my favorite, but I'll watch them.
See, to me, like Lara Croft Tomb Raider, like way better than Indiana Jones.
Angelina Jolie's or the new chick?
Either one. Both of them are solid.
Did you like Tom Holland and what's the name from the video game? That's that type of Tomb Raider-ish.
Tom
Holland. What was the movie? It's a video game. Uncharted.
Uncharted?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one off the top of my head.
It's a dope video game. So it's just take Lara Croft and Indiana Jones and smash them together. And all that craziness.
Kind of like the Prince of Persia was from that one video game.
Like
that was
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed, yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, you know what else is dope?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
One of them in that.
You know what else is dope? And the new one's coming out. I have to put this in my top 10 though, but I love Tron. Not the original. I love the original, but the Tron that came out, the second one ever, that was dope. That just the whole feel of that. So have you seen the new one called Ares is coming? So the Tron world now is going to be in our world. So if you see the trailer, imagine light cycles going through the streets of LA and cop cars are chasing them and they hit the button when the light ribbon comes out and it cuts the cars in half. Like it. So Clue, which was the good guy in Tron that kind of becomes the bad guy in the second one, now they come into our world. You got to see the trailer. It's dope.
Yeah, you'll have to send me that link for sure.
Yeah, that's dope.
See, we just need some more good stuff like that to come out.
I mean, it's all supposed to be. May is supposed to be the next Mission Impossible, which is the last one, is coming.
Thank God. How many more Mission Impossible?
No, this is it. And they say this one is 3 hours long. But the last one was dope. You know why I like the last one? Did you see the last one? Because it talked about AI. and how AI can literally influence and control the world, and
I'd
it
have
can.
to just see a little bit of it to tell you if I've seen it. I can't keep up with it.
It's when the AI entity is in the submarine and it sinks in the Russian and it's control. Yeah, but if you think about it, money right now, money
That's
is
like
not
watching
money.
a Fast and Furious for me. Like,
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. With
how many
that.
more skyscrapers can we jump? Or
Bro,
what other crazy?
they put a Fiero
Take a
in
car to
outer
the moon
space
and drop it back in.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah,
I'm
it's.
out.
But they even joke it. It's like we've done all this shit, and all of us. I got flipped in a car 852 times, and I walked out with just a scratch. It's like, like
It's
literally
like
they joked it.
mockery of Jackass. Like they just keep doing it, and people by the millions go and see it and pay for it.
Goes back to how our conversation started about sheep mentality. I'm just gonna do it just because. Now people don't do it. Like, remember when people used to be spending the night in line to get the new iPhone? Yeah. Now it's literally, there's nothing else you can do with this damn thing. Nothing. It's got the big bad camera. It can talk in any country, any language. It can literally tell me. It can. There's nothing else you can do to this. And the new one that's coming, the 17. Did you hear the price on this thing?
Yeah, it's like $2,000.
Yes. Like it's like $2,300.
Yeah.
To text or say hi to somebody. $2,300. I can buy a Civic.
Tariff, bro. Shit ain't gonna happen overnight.
Oh well, that I've heard that's already kind of been drawn back a little bit.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know. As long as it doesn't affect my cologne sales and I can still buy some stuff. You know, yeah, my cologne it's getting bad. I need a intervention.
You don't want to do this.
Intervention? Cologne?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Intervention? Trust me, because these assholes did this to me not too long ago.
What did you need to be intervened on, though?
And I was like, yeah, cool. So then Sarah was we were doing like some gift shopping for her. I think it was trying to find her a new bag or something. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go get this. There's one of these stores right across from here that they've been telling me about.
Now you see that?
Yeah, mine used to look like that.
No. That's one shelf.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But mine.
That's shelf number 2.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
That's what I'm trying to say. I like smell good.
Creed. Them fuckers got me on some Creed, bro.
Yeah, that shit's a fucking house payment, bro.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
For one bottle,
lasts forever, but like, damn it,
as long as you don't say Aventus. That's one cologne I can't stand that shit. That shit stinks to me. Because so many people wear it just because of the name. Sheep. People get it because of the name. It doesn't even smell good to me. But that's me though. Some people love it.
I like it.
Exactly. Some people like it.
It's clean to me. It's clean. Like I have some other ones that are different, but it's clean.
Sauvage Dior. Everybody liked it because Johnny Depp represented it. But
it's all right. I like it.
I gave my bottle away. I bought that shit back in 2015 when it came out. And I gave it away. My Creed bottle I just gave away to somebody. There's
an old Burberry that they made that I had this little ass bottle of that someone gave me as a sample, and you can't get this version of it anymore. Apparently,
there's a lot that are discontinued if you have them, if you have it. But with all the Dubai, dupes and everything else what I've learned, that juice comes from the same spots.
So how many bottles would you say you have? Like, as much as he makes fun of my bourbon collection, y'all, like, this is like battling it with cologne bottles. I'm not shitting you. I mean, you got at least 250 bottles of cologne.
It's about 230 bottles.
I was going to say, that looked like I was going to guess 250. 250 bottles.
But it is to the point now where there's just no new scent. There's no new scent. Out of 230 bottles of cologne, 5 of them all smell alike. You can only mix juice so many different ways, so many ingredients, many different things. You could
never buy another bottle in the rest of your life and you would not run out of cologne.
No, I could wear a different scent every day for a year. And
I mean, like, I could come over to your house every day and, like...
You could probably take 4 bottles from me and you wouldn't even know it. I found out a great way, though, because I've been trading bottles for shit. Like, one of my boys up at Keith, I traded 3 bottles of cologne for some Jordans that he never wore. It's like, okay, now I can bargain and trade with this. Like shoes. Think about people with shoes and bags. Like, I like J's, but I only had like maybe 6 pair or something. I'm not a fetish over them, and they match certain. Air Maxes I do like because they feel great and they have colors. But shoes, tennis shoes, Everybody has their vice. Everybody has their vice. And that's what I used to be obsessed with model trains. I collected, built them, did all that other stuff, but it just comes and it goes and it comes and it goes. And it's like when you invest in advice and you do all this stuff, your money, your bourbon collection, all these other things, do you ever feel guilty when you go home and you look at this massive collection? Like, I could have spent my money on some other shit.
Yep.
I say the same thing when I go in there and it takes me 30 minutes to pick out, what am I going to smell like for 3 hours? I got all this shit to pick from. Then it's like, why did I buy all these?
I mean, that's God honest truth. I mean, if the bourbon market was good or even above decent, I would probably, because like I'm more than frustrated with my bar wall. I've had to rework these lights twice already, and I literally pretty much have to tear the wall completely apart, redo the wiring, get everything right.
So when you go look at your collection, it has a certain nuance about it.
Yeah, so that pisses me off and annoys me right out the gate.
So there must be a mental thing.
And then if I really was looking at it hardcore, I would keep probably about, we'll say 200 to 250 bottles.
How many do you think you have now?
I don't know. 700, 800, I don't know.
Damn.
Somewhere around there.
I've seen the wall. Yeah, that's about right. I've seen the wall.
All the cabinets are filled too, so
exactly what you don't see.
I would keep, at least somewhere between 100 and 200 bottles.
But people collect Pokemon cards.
And I would just keep that and drink on that and be totally happy. Like, I really don't need to buy anything else. I mean, I buy to support a couple of the clubs, and it's more down the road. I hold on to it, then someone will want it,
Think about people that collect exotic cars.
Yeah.
We got cologne and bourbon bottles. Think about people that have 40 and 50 cars and all that. I mean, it's a vice. Everybody gets obsessed with stuff.
And you find other things you want to collect after a while too. I mean, like, let's be honest.
I wasn't into colognes until, me and my son were. We would always exchange, but I was never in this deep until literally this just happened like in the last year.
Yeah.
Last year.
I mean, because I bounce back and forth on baseball cards. That's still a passion.
But some of those have some really good value to them, though.
They have great value, but they've also gotten insanely expensive too.
Pokemon
I used
cards.
to do that just for my. I said it was something I did with my dad as a kid. So when it get around his birthday or the day he passed, I will go buy baseball cards. And I take that time and usually sit and have a cocktail or two.
But because it evokes an emotion. Me and my son, I think, you know what, you just struck, I didn't think about it. Me and my son, that's all we talked about was colognes. Birthdays and holidays, we'd always, I buy him something that he had never heard of. Then he buy me some $600 scent that I'm like, shit, I never heard of. And I never thought about that. Ever since then, I've really been on this kick. So I guess it is an emotional connection. I was really big into trains because of my grandfather.
Yeah.
Worked on the railroad. He had model railroad trains, and that was my connection to him.
I've just kind of switched probably lately. My hobbies have changed slightly with getting in shape and working out as much as I am.
I like it too.
That has changed.
But that's a good thing though, because that's your health.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just saying that's changed some things. So I've been I'm doing some shooting classes this summer is the plan. So I've been working on getting different weaponry that I want for.
I'm so bad
taking these courses.
Remember, I was so happy
that's
about
kind of a new.
I didn't know that a gun
hobby.
could rust. I remember my 45 I bragged about that I haven't shot yet, and I've had it for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I opened it up for the first time. It's got rust on it. I've never even shot. I've given it to somebody to oil it up and get it right.
I was gonna say it takes some it's non-chlorinated brake pad cleaner.
No, well, the guy that owns the Mr. Guns or whatever, he's doing it.
Don helped me do that.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't know, but my kids, the one thing I never got in, well, I was big on it, but as older, I've got a PlayStation 5 sitting in my office that gets touched maybe once a year, and it is driving my kids nuts because I won't let them play it because they tear shit up. And they got their own brand new Xbox 690, 80, whatever the hell that is. But just because, Dad, why don't you use that? I'm like, I will. Like when Grand Theft Auto comes out, I'll probably play it. But otherwise, it drives them absolutely nuts that this thing has dust on it and I don't touch it.
I would sell all 3 of the systems I have, but they're probably worth jack shit now. I don't even know which models they are. But I want the new Switch because I want to get the new Mario Kart so Sarah and I can do our Mario Kart racing.
Tariffs.
I don't give a shit. That one, Mario, that's so much fun, man.
See?
Dude, you can drink at the house and just drink and drive, play some Mario Kart, man.
Mario Kart.
Get it all competitive going. Man, that's good stuff right there.
And maybe that's the reason I think I got turned off, because I got tired of playing online and like 9-year-olds were whooping my ass, killing me and everything.
Well, I won't do the online shit because I'll do Mario Kart, but not like
football,
the first person shooter games and all that shit, man. Those kids.
I was getting sniped by
every
fighter
time I
jets.
generate, I'm getting shot. I can't even like move my guy.
I used to be obsessed with Madden and beat the brakes off my kids.
And then they got
good. I can't even. I think Jesse like maybe scored like 160 points.
Do you
on
not
me.
feel like there's a point though where like you control too much? Like it was a lot more fun when you could like
basic moves.
I mean, yeah, but I mean like not to where it had to just be so crazy. I mean like you can totally change it now where you can
the pressure of the button and this, that,
pressure,
and that. Yeah.
The distance, the like changing shoulders mid-flight, changing your guy's body and changing the.
Think about this. What's the name?
Insane.
What's the guy that used to race for F1 for Mercedes, but now he's racing for Ferrari? Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
His brother entered professional racing because he drove on a simulator. And then that movie, Gran Turismo, that kid raced professional racing because he played on a video game.
Yeah.
And now they get into real cars and they do it for real from a video. I wouldn't. Now my obsession used to be flight simulators. Oh, back in my PC days, I love aviation, love it. And I logged so many hours flights and I know waypoints and I did all this other stuff that when I actually took a couple flying lessons, the dude was like, damn, you know what you're doing? I said, it's just from a video game. I knew how to check airspeed, altimeter, do everything, all that stuff from a video game. You know,
that'd be pretty dope.
It is cool. I got airsick my second lesson and I didn't go back. It was windy. That sucker was going up. That little itty bitty Cessna was getting whipped around, and I was just like, I'm cool.
I enjoy small little planes.
Yeah, it's. But I just love airplanes. So your vices can actually turn into something. And what I do love about a vice, yes, it costs us money, but I don't want to be obsessed with it being about money. Because for like shoes, I didn't realize how big of a business like Jordans and shoes and Yeezys and all this other stuff was.
It's everything.
It's a business.
Yeah.
It's cigars. This is the vice we have. I've actually scaled back a little bit. I actually have a cigar budget now. It's like,
I have not. I'm smoking on the show, and even that's like random now. I've got.
I smoke at home.
I've got to not for
when I'm
a
working
little while.
because of the clients that I have. Luckily, they're cigar brands, so I can smoke their stuff after I shoot it. I can smoke it. Otherwise, but I think as life goes, no different than we talked about the narrative with the news and everything in life. Your interests change. Your things change. You may find out your blood pressure is high. I may say, oh, you're diabetic. Your sugar's high. You have to do this. And that new habit, that new vice becomes something that saves your life, and you find out you end up liking it.
Yeah, it's okay for things to change. I mean,
but
sometimes it's not your choice, or it's your choice if you want to increase your odds. I mean, like, look at Nas, man. Like, I mean, we joked about it, made light of it last week, but I mean, that dude, seriously, like, I have never in my life, and like, my stepfather is a really picky eater, like, no vegetables, meat and potato guy. And that has its consequences, right? Nas would trump him tenfold. Like, dude, that guy
dude ate
eats
whole cows
like a fucking horse, man. Like, I wasn't exaggerating when I said he would come in with the gallon milk jug and drink that whole gallon while we were working out.
I got sick when you said that. I was like,
bro, like, unbelievable. Like, milk, cheese, and meat. Dude, that dude would, like, I mean, do damage, man. Like, it would look like animals died around him.
That's a lot, man.
Like, Insane. And to have to switch, like, cold turkey, like, your only chance
to survive is to go straight vegetables.
Is to totally change that. Yeah, complete 100-degree turn, absolutely different story. Like, that's tough, man, but, like, that sometimes happens in life. But like, sometimes are you willing to pay the price for that extra time? Like, what is it that makes that?
Some people are not. My stepdad died because he wouldn't stop drinking. He just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He literally couldn't lose weight. He couldn't stop drinking. And the doctors, everybody, they told him, and literally that he had a congestive heart failure, had a heart attack, and it was due to, and he just, some things, you get to a certain point in life, people are like, screw it, man, life is too short.
My dad was like that. My dad, like, after the first heart attack, they told him, you got to quit smoking. Because he smoked a pack and a half, 2 packs a day of red Marlboro, or Moors.
Damn.
Yeah, like.
That's hardcore.
And I never thought he would quit that shit. I never in a million years thought he'd quit. And then he finally did quit. Occasionally I found him having one here or there. But, like, for the most part, just absolutely quit. But would not give up the scotch and water. Like, said, no, if I can't live my life somewhat how I want to live it, I don't want to live. Pretty much. And it was like, holy shit, right? And then, like, reflection on that, though, when he was in the hospital to have his pacemaker put in before he passed, I remember the elevator ride because he looked over at me and my brother with my mom, his parents, and his sister in the elevator and said, don't ever make your family feel like this or do this. If I'd have known y'all felt this, like, I would have never put him in this position.
That says a lot.
And I'm like,
that says a lot.
Now? Like, so, but different perspective.
My wife just had a life insurance exam today, you know, and I have to be like, either, because everybody's like, well, just don't smoke cigars until you get the exam and then go back. And it's like, no, I'd rather just tell them I smoke cigars, because if something did happen and then they autopsy me and found out that he was smoking cigars, that's going to negate it.
There's a limit of what is considered a casual cigar. I think it's like 2 to 3 a month, right? That's within the range or realm of what they consider where you would say, I don't smoke.
I need to talk to my policy people because I'm getting kicked in the ass right now because I got to
get rid of nicotine for a while because you are going to be tested. Like, and if you test positive for nicotine, you're going to pay like 2 or 3 times more for that policy.
Yeah. I was being honest, but just even being self-aware of preparing for mortal things like that, growing up, and there's so many people that die unexpectedly. You see in GoFundMe's and all this other stuff because they weren't prepared, and it's sad that we think of it as a bill and as a burden because it's hindering. Well, man, I can buy more cologne if I didn't have to pay for this life insurance policy.
Right.
Like we think that way because we're thinking about now and not about after.
Yeah,
and that takes maturity. That takes discipline.
Yeah,
to realize what's what.
Well, when you start doing it too, I mean, I don't know if this happened for you, but as I've been cutting back and like trying to get that all in check, I enjoy it more now because I think I got to a point where I was just smoking so much that it was kind of losing its luster. You know what I mean?
I'm there now.
So I had to like get back, and like now I enjoy it, but I don't really want more than one like at a time.
I'm starting to chill out on the chain smoking. I'm starting to chill out on the chain smoking. If I can do one a day, even now, I may just, what I want to do with cigars now, my new goal is to make it a treat. Exactly. If I accomplish so much in the week of what I have to do work-wise, then I can have one.
Yeah.
And I think that my discipline is not there yet, but even with this conversation, it's kind of sparked into the brain, like, you know what, well, let's see what happens if you really just chilled out. If I can cut this one thing out, because as humans, we wait until we're told if you don't do this, you're going to die. Then we're ready to jump to action. Can we have the discipline if you know something's not good for you? Now, these are nowhere near as harmful as a cigarette, but still, if we weren't naturally born with it, then it ain't meant for you. Those different things, but not to get all preachy and weepy about it, but it's just a little bit of self-realization. It's like driving. I used to haul ass around, speed on the tollway. I'd be one of them idiots that pass you doing 120 and all that. Now, I got a fast ass car. I don't drive fast. I cruise. People go around me all the time now, and I'm cool with it. It gives you more control. I'm going to get there. It's fine, but being a speed demon and all of that has no attraction to me anymore. It's not a big deal. And then I know I have a better chance of getting to my destination as far as what I can control if I'm not doing $120 trying to keep up with the left lane on the Dallas North Tollway.
Yeah, but if you're not keeping up or getting it in the left lane, get the hell out of the left lane.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
That shit drives me insane.
I'm not grannying nothing.
Yeah,
I still average 85 miles an hour, but I'm not impeding traffic, and I'm not trying to be. That's one thing I've never done.
That's just my public service announcement for common sense tonight.
Don't be in the left lane. If you don't belong over there, don't even be in the middle lane. Don't even be in the middle lane. Just stay to the right. But because here's what I think about. When I see people duck and dodge out of traffic, the first thing on my brain is, if they hit somebody, there could be a baby in there. There could be a child. There could be a family.
Bro, did you see the bike wreck last weekend?
I heard about it. It was a bunch of motorcycles.
Dude, I saw it on that like Dallas TV Live Instagram thing, whatever.
I don't know what happened.
20 bicycles just like collided and exploded, and like, I mean, dude,
there were motorcycles
everywhere. Yeah, all different kinds of motorcycles, mainly street bike, like crotch rockets. But like all of 35 was shut down there for hours and hours at like
35.
I don't know.
The most dangerous 2-word interstate in the planet. 35.
Dude.
I hate it. When I go to my office, I have to take
30
35.
ain't much better, bro, until you get like
30, 20, and 35. Horrible. They did some construction on 121 when I DJ in Fort Worth, and it took me down 35. I was like, damn. I don't want to get on this thing. And they have a road
north for 35 to get even decent.
I go a different way. When I go back to Nebraska, everybody takes this way. You go 35 through Oklahoma, and then you get into Kansas and you take 29. I don't go that way anymore because it's a 2-lane highway for forever. And if one person's not paying attention and veers into your road, I've known 2 people that's been unalived because of that. So there's another way where you can go. It's the same distance. You're just coming in through Lincoln, but it's 4-lane highway the whole time versus that 2-way stuff. And if you get stuck behind a slow ass truck and you think you're going to get over and go behind I don't want to do none of that. Like, the things that you can control them to the best of your ability when it comes to that.
Yeah, I would love to be able to have a motorcycle, but not here. Not here. I can't do it. I see too much crazy shit on the roads.
Nah, man. And it's
Every
not
day
you
driving. Yeah, it's not you.
It's
like,
the other people
I rode bikes forever, and I miss riding a bike, but I'm not here. Like, I don't even know how far do you have to go out now for that to be good? Like, Sedona? Like, you literally got to
you got to have an open road and not worried about something?
Yeah.
Nah,
it's crazy.
You can't. The things you can't control, it is what it is. But the things you can, do it to the best of your ability.
Did you see that, like, Lyft personal helicopter thing that's getting approved down in Austin?
Oh, God.
Where you can rent, like, you take, like, one lesson, basically,
and then you can
get
go
certified, and then you can lease it to, like basically like Uber and a little personal helicopter wherever you want, and, like, dodge traffic and shit.
No, thank you.
You got to see the thing. It's like approved by the military already.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Like,
I'm still out on cars that drive themselves. You know, you're jumping in a car in the back seat, you know, like some, you know, Blade Runner 2099 shit, and you got this car with no person in it taking you to. And then they had the one where it was going in a circle in the parking lot for like an hour. You couldn't fit. I'm out on that, man. Like Cyberdyne, I'm not falling for the juice, man. AI is. I'm cool. I love AI when it comes to figuring out design and words and stuff. But then I'm going to get into a vehicle and let AI drive. No, I'm not doing that. Even self-driving car, I got it. No, you can turn off. I got it. Teslas and
dude, they're fucking everywhere now, though.
Did you see the movie? What was the movie? It was a movie where it's like Korea invaded the States, and they took over all
Julia
the.
Roberts is
Yep.
in this.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw this.
Think
movie.
about that. They took
And they
all of
shut
the electric
down-
cars and shut down all the ways to get out the city because they clogged the roads up with freaking electric cars because they took over the computers. I'm like, damn, that's ingenious. But they said that movie was based off of actual strategies. And now they want to push us to being all electric? No.
Yeah, no.
No. If we have a power outage, your ass can't go to the grocery store because you didn't charge your your Tesla. You're stuck. If
This
I
is
run out
why
of gas on the road, somebody can bring me a gas can and I can get to where I'm going to get. If you run out of cell in a Tesla, what you going to do? That little solar battery in your backpack ain't going to power the sucker up. What you going to do?
That's why I still want an old school car soon.
I'm talking about carbureted and the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Something that nothing electronic can affect that thing.
Yep.
I agree 1,000%.
I mean,
Always
if it
be ready.
messes up my radio, it messes up my radio, but we're good other than
You're good
that.
to go. You can still go as long as you have gas. You can go. But hence the world. I mean, if you think about the world changing, look at weather. I've never been scared of storm season until the last 2 years living in Texas because I've had to replace 2 roofs and 2 cars because of weather. And now if it gets cloudy outside, my ass is scared. Because after I seen what a hailstorm did to a Jeep Cherokee, when it looked like somebody stood in front of it with a machine gun and tore that car to pieces, I was like, and think about it, we're only 8 minutes from my house. We got rain right here. 8 minutes away, my entire neighborhood got destroyed.
Dude, you remember like 5-6 years ago when Wiley got hit with like softball-sized
hail?
One of my business partners was driving home and that, man, like it busted through it blew out all his windows.
Imagine did he get hurt?
Cracked it. Yeah, he got glass shards on him and stuff like that. It blew through his sunroof.
So imagine how many feet is that
He
thing
says the
falling
scariest
from?
thing he's ever like been in
It's
his
like
life.
he's getting fallen. But imagine what if it had hit him? What if you get caught and you're walking and this hailstorm happens and you get struck by? I mean, like, yeah.
Dude, when I was first a field adjuster, I got sent up to Kansas. And this old man literally saved it. It was the size of a little mini basketball.
A piece of hail.
Jagged piece of hail. It had literally come all the way through his roof, damaged his carpet, like took a chunk out of the floor, right between him and his wife's recliners. Like about sitting like this, like literally landed right
A foot
here
to the left or to the right, they've been gone.
it would have killed any one of them that hit him. It was this big, man. I was like, that is the wildest thing I've ever seen as a field adjuster.
It's nature. Think about the world and the decisions like to pivot to what we were talking about earlier. Like, think about now, nobody wants to be a police officer. They
No.
just announced, I just seen the thing last night, the new Dallas chief of police. He says, dude, we're trying to hire 300 to 400 cops. Nobody wants to do this job. And that's
No.
unfortunately because of the bad rep that cops get. And I grew up with plenty of cop friends. Half my boys in high school, they became cops. I have no problems with police officer, but when you get into a field that now has so much, like it would have been like trying to be a cop back in the 90s when the LA police got such a bad rep. And now because of the liabilities of being a police officer, whether good or bad, nobody wants that job.
If that's something y'all want to hear about, I got a perfect guest for this. If that's something that you guys think is interesting,
I would love
you want
to
to
hear
talk
that.
about a veteran that's been a part of all kind of, I'll have to talk to him and see if he's comfortable coming and doing it, but I'll talk to him if that's something you guys would be interested in.
I think different, even so going back to the theme of common sense, when you talk about,
We can let Don Brooks do it too.
oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Don, we can talk about that.
Don is a wealth of knowledge in so many things.
Absolutely.
Did he ever recover from his shelve accident? Because I literally had to sit down and weep a tear when I heard that.
You know what's funny? Don and I are, that is like one of my closest friends. It's one of those.
Let
that
him into
happen
what
with us.
happened. Tell him what
Don's
happened.
I was just gonna say though, I just really heard this full story literally like a week ago.
So what happened?
From the best I can recollect, he was working somewhere on Lower Greenville, and an altercation broke out with one guy, And as they were walking with him, this guy kicked him in the back and got him to the ground. And little did they know there was like 3 more cars of this group of individuals behind them. And they literally just like beat him within inches of his life. Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about this. I was talking about his liquor falling.
Oh,
I didn't know about Don. I didn't know Don got attacked.
Yeah.
That's like just happened?
Yeah. No, this happened years ago. But this is what got him, doing lesser in what he's doing now.
Oh.
So, I mean, he's got a crazy story about that kind of stuff, too.
But see, that goes back to what we said about people wanting to be cops.
Yeah.
I was talking about, so Don has this liquor collection that is like not as big as yours.
Yeah, Preston rebuilt
but the
his
stuff
show.
he got, like just the Japanese stuff he had, and then he said his shelves just collapsed.
His middle shelf broke and busted a lot of really good bottles. I mean, you think about your middle shelf's your display. It's where you're really showcasing everything. So,
Kabloom.
Yeah, he lost a bunch of really good stuff. But, yeah, Preston rebuilt that for him. It looks good.
Really?
Yeah, he's got it all set up.
Don, but
yeah, we get Don back on here. We could do, if you guys would be interested too, Terrence and I were talking about this, getting Terrence back on here. Because, he does all the Landman stuff, and that Landman show is so popular right now.
I love that show,
maybe so do we. We like it, so maybe we'll kind of
So he really does face
that.
Like cartel and this.
I don't know. We can ask him. Y'all want to know the background of what it
that's
really
gotta
happened?
Be based. Taylor Sheridan is no joke. That's got to be. Think about that job though.
Yeah.
Your job is to go out to negotiate land parcels and the rent and lease and dealing with the cartel in this show. Literally stole one of the planes from the oil people, ran some drugs, landed it, and they bring the plane back
and blew it up.
Well, it got blown up because there was a firefight,
Yeah.
but. They it happens. It's like in order for us, the bigger picture is, do you care about a $1 million plane or do you care about $70 million in oil? Brush that shit on and it's a write-off.
Yeah.
It's basically, cartel is a tax deduction. Like that's
wild, man.
crazy.
So yeah, I think we're going to do that. We've got some other exciting stuff lined up too, guys. Like, we just got a weird period of time here where we're going to be in and out. So I'll tell you guys each week. You guys will see the ads coming up. But, like, next week, I've got, like, a really close mentor friend of mine that really helped me get my start in sales in the multifamily industry. I've asked him to come on, and he's finally going to do it for me. And y'all don't know how tough this is for him. But, like, next week, we're going to have James Giddens on with Sherwin-Williams. He is an icon in the industry. He knows his shit. He knows everybody. If you don't know James Giddens, you probably aren't in the multifamily industry here in DFW. So
was it hard for him to come on? Just like he's nervous.
He don't like talking about himself, man. Like the spotlight on him, man. He'll talk about Sherwin-Williams, talk about paint, all that stuff. But you need to hear his perspective and things stuff. I mean, this guy truly helped me build my book of business, and I think that's important to hear. So we're gonna have him on. We've got my good friend in the industry, John Brandis, coming on. John, you guys are going to love this. We'll get a lot of controversy on here because he's a Redskin through and through, boy. And, I mean, he likes our Cowboys, I think. No, I'm kidding. He does not like our Cowboys. So
shit, don't nobody like our Cowboys.
But he played for he was a tight end, Super Bowl winning tight end for the Washington Redskins.
Right, that's going to be interesting.
And he's another one of the big icons in the industry. Like, everybody knows John. He's a great guy, helps everybody out.
That'd be kind of cool to see how you go from knocking people down and catching footballs or stripping balls to being in your industry. I mean, there's always, like, football, especially.
And he's a pretty damn good golfer, too.
I got my top golf ticket revoked, so I can't even speak on it. I'm not even allowed to play at top golf. They said you can't be that bad. Like, yeah, I'm that bad. Like, I mean, you're allowed you can sit here and root other people and eat snacks, but I can't touch a club.
All right, we're gonna have to do this.
Oh God, I'm
this
horrible.
This is Top Golf, y'all. Like after he films me not puking in Kenny's car, coming up, that will be happening.
When is that happening?
Next month.
Oh yes, okay.
Next month we're doing this.
Check calendars because we gotta. I'm putting a GoPro and everything in the car. I want to see this because if you can make it through and not get sick, and somebody's really driving the shit out that car.
As soon as Kenny's good to go out there, we'll make that happen.
I'm all for it.
I talked to him the other day at the gym, so yeah.
And Eagle Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. I can bring my drone and everything
We've
out.
got, let's see, who else we got coming up on the show? We got Jason Neems. He's got a roofing company that is just absolutely blowing up. He's another guy I know from the gym and here at ICC. You guys will love him. He goes by, you guys look him up. You want to know a little bit more about him, look up Tatted Prez on Instagram. He's going to be a good guest on here. You guys are going to love the way this dude, I mean, he's had so much stuff happen. He's got a great story. You guys are going to love this one. He's also a member with me at Apex over there with Ryan Stuman and them.
Nice.
So, yeah, we got some good stuff. We got a good mix of multifamily, and we got a good mix of some just...
I want to film some not in here footage, though. Mm-hmm. Like the day that I go work out with you and Nas, I want to film that. You know, Eagle Canyon. Like, let's just do some off-the-cuff stuff on our vices. I think that would be kind of cool.
All right, I'm down.
Bada bing, bada boom.
We'll do it. Especially when this competition's over. Then we can...
Really get into it?
Really get into it.
I'll work out a day with you. You come work out a day with me.
Yeah.
I'll take you to my little poor gym, and I can go to your very expensive, pricely gym.
I got guest pass, bro. No one ever wants to use people's gym guest pass.
I'm down to do it. I just got to get my ass up at 5 o'clock to meet you there.
Yeah. Well, like
that part.
Like today, we worked out a little bit later. So, I mean, like there's
6?
a certain day, 7.
Wow. Is it crowded at that time?
It wasn't today. Thursdays are the weird day at the gym. I don't know why, but it literally feels like half as many people are there in the morning groupings as any other day in the week.
My gym, 5 o'clock. You ain't.
I mean, Sunday has more people
than a Thursday. Maybe they're off day. I don't know. They just. I get there I literally walk in at 8 and I can work out. Anytime before 8, good luck. And I think when they switched it over from Texas Family to Planet Fitness, it's like they removed half the equipment.
Yeah.
That had 2 or 3 of every machine, and you always get that guy that sits at a machine and does this between reps, and I'm looking at him like, yo, so I just like, now I don't give a shit. I be like, hey, can I work in with you? Or I got 2 more. Fuck that. You in the way. Move.
This is when I hope you get to come to the gym when he's still up there and he's in town when you come to the gym. But we'll have another guest. I haven't worked out the date yet exactly, but Terrell Hammer, is a guy I met at the gym. He's, I'm going to say, 6'5", 325-ish pounds.
Ex-lineman somewhere?
Yep. He played college ball. He played semi-pro. He got injured, and then he went into personal security, and he's started his journey there with, I believe, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dope.
So, like, he's got some amazing stories. He's extreme man of faith. He's also a poet, which is really cool. He did a TV show with the guys down at what's the chopper shop down in Deep Ellum?
Not Gas Monkey.
No, shit. I'll think of it later.
Oh, you said the chopper shop. The motorcycle.
Reno's.
Yeah.
Reno's. Yeah. So they did like this whole video shoot there. We'll put some promotional stuff out for it when we get that one going. You guys will enjoy that one too a lot, I think.
So we have a lot of things.
And then there's a couple of guys we had that we were trying to line up for the 100th show that will be coming on soon that I've just got to work out dates with. One of them, former Army Ranger and elite business sales guy in the car industry, Lincoln Stahl. Whenever we get him up here, you guys are going to really dig that one too. So we got some stuff coming up.
The calendar is going to be thick.
And get the music thing rocking. We're still trying.
I was going to bring it up, but I said no. You know what? Let's just make sure the time is right because your I's are dotted, T's are crossed. I think you're just waiting to underline everything.
Yeah, there's just a few little things that got to be worked out, and then it'll be rock and roll.
Well, the thing about it, your path has been from an idea. I mean, but look how long it takes to gestate an idea to being something great. And I think taking the time, doing it right, learning how you're learning to do the path. That's you know, you can look back on it once it's done and be like, boom, I did that.
That'll be a nice day.
When it comes. At least we got to catch up on some things, man. We had a chance to catch up on nothing.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. What do you got cooking? What's coming up for you?
My gosh.
Where's podcast?
Puppies.
Where's podcast?
Huh?
Where's podcast? What are we doing?
Sitting on my hard drive ready to be released as I try to reformulate it. I really want to reformulate it a little bit I kind of want to get away from the cigar lounge stuff, which I wasn't, and I may be having to move spaces because I think my studio space is getting ready to go away. Not a bad thing, though. It's just getting moved because it's about to be repurposed. So my little short time there was great, but now I got to think of something else. I kind of want to go the Alex Bourdain route and just start doing things out on scene. Takes a little bit more logistically to do, but I think I'll have a bigger impact visually when I get there. So I plan to get back into podcasting in June to have that idea worked out. I'm just waiting to figure out, am I going to have my studio space or not? And I won't know that answer until
I think
May.
you just kind of said that studio space doesn't really matter, and someone would probably point out to you in a message in the morning time, what the hell you waiting on? Just do it.
Because I got too much life going on right now. I have been inundatedly swamped. My May
Even
is
if
cooked.
it's just your little quick video, bro.
I mean, those I'm going to start doing. The post, I'm going to do that tomorrow when I go to the gym because I'm going to sneak that in before I get on the plane with my mom.
Get them going. Get them going.
And do that. But puppies is otherwise my life right now.
Yeah, if y'all need puppies.
Yeah, if you like Frenchies, about to have some because I didn't know my dog was pregnant until Sunday. And then she comes sloughing. I just thought she was always fat.
Yeah, y'all just called her fatty.
Fat. Yeah, and then one day my mom was like, look at the nipples on that dog. I'm like, yeah, they are kind of touching the floor. What's going on? And Dior looked at me and rolled over. I was like, hey, this thing's... I'm like, this damn dog is pregnant. Because Creed, our other dog, we've been trying to mate these dogs for 2 years. Creed couldn't hit the side of a barn with a target on it. And evidently, when we wasn't looking, this dude...
He figured it out
because we took her and got the sonogram yesterday. She got 5 puppies in there. All healthy heartbeats, all everything. And I noticed I didn't notice they nest because she has blankets in her pen. And now she has them all pushed and moved around a certain way. And I don't know how this dog does it. You'll come out in the morning and she'll be rolled up, tucked in, looking like somebody tucked her in perfectly, and she does it. She moves different, sleeps all the time, snores louder. I'd be thinking she's asleep. No, she's just sitting there breathing. I'm like, geez. But the thing that sucks, Frenchies, because their birth canals are so narrow, they normally have to get a C-section.
Sarah, you have any comments on this tucking the dog in and moving his blanket around?
I don't tuck it. She does it. But
asking for a friend.
So every day now for the last 2 days, I've had to go into the vet and they get this progesterone check. So if the progesterone goes to a certain level, she's ready. And it's like she's right there, but not yet. Well, let's check again. But they don't tell you it's $150 every time they check these levels. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go old school. When I see a claw or paw stick out, I'm going to bring her to you because I can't keep dropping $150 every day to see if she's almost there. So supposedly tomorrow, Saturday, is supposed to be when they say, okay, puppies are ready. Let's take them out. And then now we got to set up this whole puppy new kids area, which we're putting in our bathroom so she won't be disturbed by the other dog and floor and mats and it's a lot.
Oh, we got another funny service announcement we should do.
What? Puppies?
So remember last week when I told everybody that I was going to give a nice little shameless plug and mentioned these new shameless gummy snacks I found online?
Yeah. Did you bring them?
So, no, I've eaten several.
Did you eat them all? Did you eat them all up?
No, I still got several, and you're about to understand why.
Uh-oh.
So, yes, they're not quite as healthy as you would think they are. They do have a lot of alcohol sugars in them.
Oh.
So, even though they're like 3 grams of sugar, 3 net carbs, and like 70 calories for the whole package,
there's a but.
There is a but. So, I ate one. Yep, tasted great. I ate the regular cherry ones first. Well, then I had to try the sour cherry ones.
Yeah, I don't like sour.
They were really good.
Really?
Didn't think anything of it till the next morning, and then realized we now were using the bathroom all day long and couldn't figure out why until it hit on me. And I went back and was looking at the wrappers again. How they get to the net carbs is each one of these bags has, let's say, pretty close to 40 grams of fiber in each bag. Yeah, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. It'll get you right real quick. Like, you see the funny little comments on, like, the giant gummy bears and giant gummy worms on, like, Amazon? Yeah, everything they talk about there, yeah, that's for real with these healthy gummy snacks.
Really? I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing. It's fiber.
I mean, you could be eating worse stuff.
True. The day I wear black. Wow. So one, but that was just one bag had you in there all day. Two bags.
2 bags.
Okay. Well, okay. You learn. Now you know.
Moderation is your friend in this instance, even though it is a good snack.
Well, I still want to try a bag, the non-sour ones.
I'll bring you some.
I'm not a big sour candy fan. I heard that's your weakness.
Yeah. Sour Patch Kids or sour cherries.
Have you seen the videos with the people that try? I want to find some of these things. The world's most sourest candy. You've ever seen any of those videos?
I've seen like old warheads and stuff like that.
And they try to put it in, and they literally, it's like somebody shocked them with 80,000 volts of electricity.
Dude, the best one like that is, I'll send you the link. I'll have to find it on Instagram and tell you to go look, because I know you don't.
I pretty much
check that shit.
Not the messages.
There's this couple, and they're always fucking with each other and film it. Like, she asked him to get her a chicken sandwich, so he ordered it dry, and then. He ordered it dry and then coated it with toothpaste instead of mayonnaise, and then videoed her eating it. It's classic. Well, she got him the other week, and it's like a big, 32-ounce gulp, lemonade. Only she filled the whole thing with lemonade warheads. And this dude gets it, man. The facial reactions are epic good.
I want to do pranks so bad in my house, but I just think I'm scared if I prank somebody's going to have a heart attack or something bad. Because there's this guy that terrorizes his kids. He literally hides under their bed or in their closet.
We played this game as a kid.
Oh my
I won.
God!
I almost got killed by my old man though.
See, that's what I wouldn't do it, man.
You had to have a line. That line gets crossed real quickly.
Really?
I literally borrowed a gorilla mask and set in my dad's closet on the shelf in between where when he would pull back his suits, my idea was to jump out and bear hug him. I literally sat in this closet for over an hour. Flight was delayed because I knew he was going to come home, walk right down the stairs, go to the guest bedroom, set his suitcase down, start unpacking, hang his suits. When he opened that door, I jumped out with that gorilla werewolf mask on, bear hugged him. He lost his shit. I mean, threw me clear across the room, into the wall, my body implant into the wall. Yeah, we no longer played the who could scare each other the worst game, because that was a game for years in our household.
I thought about it, but
there was no cameras either. We would have had shit that went viral for sure.
All day long, man. I did it this morning. Oliver woke up late again for school, and I went up there, and he was knocked out. And I used to do it. Jesse was way worse, but I just banged on it. Jesse would be the one where I go get the wooden spoon in the pot, ding, and he would just vibrate and shake all the way out the bed. It'd be hilarious, and I didn't even think about recording it. No matter what, and he sit there stressed out. Dude, why do you play so much? I said, your bus is leaving, and it'd be great. But now, with the pranks that I see, you ever see the what they do in Japan? When they bring cannons into the room?
Yeah.
Actual cannons, and they light them off. I'm like, y'all gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
You're gonna literally scare somebody to death. That's over the top.
You need to get the, steel marbles, throw them in the freezer, and just go up there and pour them in his bed.
Ooh.
He'll get out of that bed real quick. Those marbles just run.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I need it because
got you.
My kids, now that Oliver has his own room and they got the freedom to do whatever, I'm going to bed, good night. They go to bed on time, but the TV will be on, or he watches his tablet under the covers. And I don't know what it is. It's this badge of honor, staying up all night. When they don't have school the next day, they purposely stay up till the next day and then sleep the whole next day. I'm like, why aren't you getting any rest? Well, because I don't have to.
That's wild.
Okay, that's what you think, but steel marbles, thank you. I'm going to be looking on Amazon.
Oh, just ask my little brother, man. I was a terrible older brother when we were that age. I was third grade all the way to me being a senior in high school and him being a freshman.
That's your job.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. If you ever meet my little brother CJ, he was horrified of Michael Jackson's Thriller album because the video came out, and when Michael Jackson turned into the werewolf, freaked him out so bad. I used to chase him around the house he would run into walls and shit. I'd be like, oh yeah, Thriller. Ah, bah! and my mom used to tear my ass up. Stop chasing him with that album. So I knew I was getting a whooping, but it didn't matter. The satisfaction of watching him run into stuff was just priceless. Now that he's a 40-year-old grown-ass man, and I tell that story, he doesn't appreciate it so much, but...
I bet not.
Nah. But matter of fact, when I go home next week, I'm going to take a copy of the Thriller album home, just randomly throw it on a table and see what he does.
Do you have any other friends or family members that have weird phobias?
Like scared of like cheese or silly
shit like that? Yeah, so I met this guy at one of Don's events. Cool dude. Hung out with him several times. You can't say cotton or cotton balls. He calls them white devils. It's the only thing you can say. And even then, his hair will stand up on his arms. He'll physically like almost get ill and leave. Like you can't like if you put a cotton ball on something, like he would be done.
It's a nice cotton shirt you got on. He'd be freaked out.
No.
So how does he wear clothes?
It's just the cotton balls.
Really?
Absolutely terrified. Like people are of spiders or snakes and shit.
I get the creeps, but this is a common thing. And it's fake. You ever seen the pictures of people and they got like a bunch of holes in their skin? It's like a bunch of, imagine if you had a zit and you popped in, it was an empty hole, and it's like literally a patch of holes, and it's literally Photoshop, but when you look at it, I'm getting goosebumps, it gives you goosebumps, because it just looks like a honeycomb. Imagine if a honeycomb was in somebody's skin. Yeah, and it's like a real thing, but most of the pictures you see, they're fake. But it just looks creepy. Phobias like cotton balls, I've only seen videos. I've never... Like people scared, like, you know, Maury Povich or something.
Like clowns or thing.
Yeah.
Or little people. See, little people crack me up.
I have no problem with little people.
But I have some friends that are literally scared to death. I actually saw a thing. I don't know if I think I talked about this on here. I can't remember. But when I was at Bedros, I think it was at Bedros' event, there was and you got a lot of big jacked dudes and stuff walking around here. And there was a little midget that was working as part of the hotel stuff, and she had a whole thing, and like you could have gone in over there, yet the line was like piled up over here. These grown men were like, just like when she walked through the thing, like it was like a sea parted.
They were scared of her.
I mean, I'm talking huge dudes, like terrified. Like one guy even said, like I went and did it just to try to get over my fear, and went and got in her line. It's just like, that is the weirdest phobia to me. Like, why would somebody that's little, obviously not physically intimidating to you, cause you that kind of reaction? I mean, I get it. Everybody has weird shit, but like that one, I think is super weird.
I mean, I'm grown. I'm not scared of the dark, but the dark makes me uneasy. I sleep with the TV on. I've always done it, but like go to sleep with pitch black when it's like, I don't think I can do a self-deprivation.
Oh, dude, that
because
is so
silence
badass.
Is so loud to me. Like if you like when we had the Snowmageddon,
it would probably be even better for you.
Oh, it drove me nuts. It was the ringing in my ears from the silence gets so loud when there's nothing going on. Like I gotta have some kind of white noise or the television, because the TV timer goes off.
I think when all your other senses are neutralized though, and you can let go of that, you're gonna feel that's one of those.
Brandon's
things
been trying to get me to go because there's one of you float in water and you do all this other stuff.
I've told you my experience with that. That
I think
was
I'll
the
go
whole
crazy
thing when I found out about my older brother.
That's true.
So
I want to try it. I'm not scared to do it.
Do it. Do it for yourself. I do it on like a Saturday or Sunday when you can really just chill. Don't do shit else. Don't go in there messed up. Don't be drinking or anything else.
Yeah, I don't drink.
I'm just saying, don't do anything.
Just go in there right of mine.
Just go in there right of mine.
No gummy the night before.
No gummy. Like, just go in there and have the experience.
How long do you stay in there?
I did my first one for an hour, but that's the max they'll let you do on your first time.
So imagine being in jail going to like...
I think it was an hour.
What's that thing they call solitary confinement? I think I would go nuts.
Dude, you will not... My experience was that you will not know if you are sleeping, dreaming, meditating. I don't know how to explain it. Like, and it feels like it's taken forever to start, and then you totally lose track of time, and then it's over.
I feel like I would go.
But
to
like
sleep.
the experience is really wild. Like I always had, like my dad and I were really, really close. My brother bought me this for my birthday one year. It was right before I turned 30. I think it was my 38th birthday. I think that's correct. Anyways, he bought me this experience and told me to go do it, and I did it. And prior to that, when I would have dreams that involved my father, and we were super close, nothing bad between us, it was always negative. It was not like a good dream, like, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? It was like very a father being a father. Mm-hmm. And it would just piss me off. When I was in here and fully, finally relaxed and let go in the sleep tank, I had the feeling of my father's presence. Not good, not bad, not indifferent. I just knew he was there. And then pretty much like I said, next thing I knew, it was over. And I went home and told my wife about this. And then that's when my aunt called me to tell me that she had found my like half brother.
Wow.
Like wild, wild shit. So I was saying like, just give it a shot. You have no idea what could like.
I do want to see.
Happen.
I've tried to meditate. I had a friend of mine. That's what she does. She goes to our church, and I'm helping her out actually with her podcast, putting it together and stuff.
Yeah.
But she does and teaches meditation. And I said I've always tried it, and I can't because the bees are buzzing in the can too much. I never can get to that point of zen. And I think I would need, because even in a room alone in the house by myself, whatever, I still can find distraction. And I think if I go to somewhere where there's just absolutely none.
Dude, the fact that you're floating and you feel weightless, that, and you're not afraid like you could drown or you're going to flip over. I mean, like, you're literally in like 2 inches of water, maybe 3.
It's not cold or nothing?
No, it's heated to your body temperature.
So you really don't recognize it's water anymore once you get to a certain...
you just feel like you're floating. And then you can't hear anything, you can't see anything. Like, it's a full, like, sensory reset.
And it's completely dark.
Yeah, but I mean, you know you can stop it at any time, too. All you have to do is sit up, and you could push the thing, and it's going to, like, open up, the lights will come back on, the music will start again.
Okay. I'm
it's
gonna
dope.
try it.
I would say try it.
All right.
Give it a shot. All right, well, I think this is a good point to wrap it up.
We have caught up. We are good to go. We have talked about things we've never talked before.
Yeah.
Social issues, things like that, which is cool. And like I said, it was definitely, it was great to see another take on it and to give, a take on different issues and things like that. So, but I wish the world would actually kind of slow down, stop and talk and listen to each other versus just trying to push their point onto another person.
Absolutely.
All the time. I think we would have, but then it'd be boring. Life would be boring.
Would it though?
I don't know. I don't know if human beings can actually. Damn, that was loud. I don't know, just human beings. That motorcycle, you heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. We just heard a bike go by. It had to be doing at least 150.
Yeah.
So there'll probably be sirens and ambulances here in the next 5-6 minutes.
For sure.
We'll see. But we'll let you wrap up the show. You wrap it up. I'll go on that side and let you do the wrap up.
Well, thank you. It was fun sitting down with you, man. We ain't got to do this in a while.
Yes.
All right, well, like I told you guys, next week we're going to have my good friend James Giddens from Sherwin-Williams on here. That's going right into our Texas Apartment Association, our big national or local show for the whole state of Texas. We will be having a booth down there, and we'll be down there with everybody for all the events and all the training. So hope you guys will join us. I hope you guys will enjoy the show next week, and thanks for joining us. Peace. Oh my God, I have to pee so bad. My fucking coffee, like, ran the fuck through me.